What is going on, comic book community? It is TJ, aka Flash by Night, and we are here once again keeping up with the comics. So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and let's get into it because today we are keeping up with Miles Morales Spider-Man issue number 29. So Miles Morales Spider-Man has of course come to the end of the Clone Saga. This is kind of you could say a decompression issue. This is kind of a holdover issue from Clone Saga to whatever Miles has going on next. Of course, issue 30 is his 10th anniversary issue, and so we are doing we're starting some new things here. I'll let you know when we get to the back of the book what I mean by starting some new things. I think most people have seen the new visual things coming to Miles Morales Spider-Man, but in this book, he kind of teased it up for us because after the Clone War or Clone Saga, forgive me, Star Wars, after the Clone Saga, he knows that people are questioning Spider-Man or whatever, and he also thinks that he kind of needs to move on to another phase. We're also getting a Miles who is kind of questioning who he is. Since we started this book, he hadn't been able to catch his breath. He's been under attack. He's been kidnapped. He's been cloned. The school has been attacked a couple of times. He doesn't get to breathe. He doesn't get to do his schoolwork. It's always go, 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 go. And so you catch a Miles who has questions about himself and who he really is and what he can tell people about himself, because he can't tell everybody I'm a Spider-Man. So when people ask who Miles Morales is, Miles is wondering what he should tell people and who he is without the mask. But going forward, he kind of wants to make changes and wants to shed the old Spider-Man that he was, so to speak. And they jump right into it, kind of, where he gets a phone call and the person who we assume is going to hook up his suit, the new suit that we know is coming, gives him he gives him a call, and he kind of says the thing that everybody's hoping, is that he's hoping he doesn't mess anything up. He hopes it's not a bad idea to go with this new suit. But while he does that, we also find out that at the end of the Clone Saga, one of the clones who turned and helped Miles out when he really needed it, he is missing. And the clone that's missing, I don't know how do I put it. He's not the sharpest tool in the shed, but he has a big heart. And so we have him, once we find him, he's kind of hiding in the sewer. And that is really funny that he's down there hiding in the sewer. And so Miles and Ganke kind of get together and they figure out that they may be able to help this clone out, because one of the big problems in the Clone Saga is that the clones, as we have known since issue 18, 19, that the clones were unstable, that the Assessor was making. And also this book kind of, at least the beginning, not the actual story, but kind of the beginning catch-up story they tell you on the first page of the book, kind of alludes to the idea that maybe those three clones weren't the only clones. But we'll cross that bridge when that happens. But that's kind of what happens in Miles Morales Spider-Man, is that we get introduced to the idea of a new suit and the simplistic reason that he has the new suit. I have no problem with the reasoning, but I can see where people who are already not going to like the change may be up in the air about whether or not the reason makes sense. It's really simple, and I don't mind it myself, but I can see people being on the fence. Outside of that, we get a nice story with a mother and a mother and child who knows Spider-Man. And that's a nice little touching story. And then we cap it off, of course, with the new Spider suit. Now, what's really interesting about this new Spider suit, and I hope I'm not showing too much in this review, but the interesting thing about this new Spider suit is I think that people's taking to this suit or liking this suit is going to depend on the artist. Some artists are going to probably draw it and it's not going to look so great. And some artists are going to draw it and I think it will look good. And it depends on who it is. And because it's kind of like Peter Parker Spider-Man, right? Like Peter Parker Spider-Man has had the same suit forever, or the same style of suit forever. But if you talk about Todd McFarlane, people's eyes light up. They get big. People know Todd McFarlane's Spider-Man because it makes a difference who the artist is when they're drawing a particular character. And I think that's what's gonna happen with this new suit, is that if they find an artist who can do it right, I think people will like it. But if they don't find an artist or artist that do it right, people are not going to like it. So issue number 29, it was okay. I enjoyed it for what it was, but I kind of knew that coming off of the Clone Saga that it was going to be a slow issue, a kind of explainer, what's going to happen next kind of issue, and not much action, which is pretty much what happened. But yeah, pretty good issue. You should check it out. And like I say, issue number 30, 10th anniversary, will probably be the real starting point for whatever Miles has going on next. And that was Keeping Up with the Comics. I hope you saw something you liked. I hope you enjoyed yourself. If you did enjoy yourself, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you want to keep up with me, Keeping Up with the Comics, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and always feel free to leave comments. But I'm going to leave it like I always do. Love yourself, love others, and I will be back in a flash.